Hello, 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 everybody. How y'all doing? This is Siam Maxey, aka the Mortgage Maven, NMLS number 1093963, and I am back with another episode of simple information about mortgages. Thanks for joining. Oh, y'all, I am in the studio jamming. Yes, yes. So, we are on this generational wealth tour. And I like to start my podcast off with a song in my head. So the song is by a gentleman named Dre's. He is a Zimbabwean, and he's speaking truth about generational wealth. The song is Building Black Wealth. And the chorus is Building Black Wealth, spending money with yourself, no excuses. And it says, building black wealth, spending money with yourself, it's a small price to pay for your freedom and your health. Fire! Because that's what we're talking about. This season is about generational wealth. What is that? So tonight, on this episode of Simple Information About Mortgages, we're going to dive into the whole wealth definition, generational wealth. We're going to talk about some of Drake's lyrics throughout the session, and we're just gonna have a conversation if that's okay. So, without further ado, let's dive in. All right, so we're on this movement about generational wealth. And so what I realized the other day is a lot of people don't even know the true definition of wealth. See, I looked it up, and I know I've been in this wealth movement for a long time. But what exactly is wealth? Wealth is the net worth of a person's household, or a nation. That is the value of all assets owned, net all liabilities owed at one point. So what does that look like? So I'm the mortgage maven, and we talk about home ownership a lot. So a very good definition of net worth is owning a home and having a mortgage. And let's say your mortgage is, let's say the value of your home is $300,000, but you only owe $200,000. So that means you have $100,000 in equity, which means your net worth, without adding any other assets or liabilities, is $100,000. That's the difference between the value of the asset and the amount that you owe. You subtract $200,000 from $300,000, and it leaves you $100,000. $100,000 equity is equal to $100,000 net worth if you don't owe any other debts. We're just using that one vehicle, that one home, that asset for this example. So, generational wealth. I love it. I found this in Wiki. It's just generational wealth, aka old money, are assets held by an individual or by a household that can be passed from one generation to another generation, ensuring that a family's offspring will remain financially stable. Did you hear that? So with all this chatter about generational wealth and people going out trying to buy assets, thinking that they can become generational wealth. Now, I don't know about you, but I've never seen a car appreciate in time. So buying a vehicle, a car, a truck, a boat, a bus, RV, and calling it an asset is okay if it's worth more than you owe. But throughout time, the value of that asset will diminish. It goes down as soon as you drive it off the lot, truthfully. So when people tell me that they buying this car because they're going to leave it to their kid, unless it's some kind of classic that's going to go up in value, You're not going to be able to leave it to your kid. Or if you leave it to your kid, trust and believe they're going to get rid of it as quickly as they can because they don't see the value in it. Now, what are some examples of generational wealth? I am the mortgage maven, so you know my game is real estate. And so land, it's not often you see land depreciate. And the truth is, we're not making any more land in this country. So if you buy a vacant lot and you hold on to it, chances are whatever you bought it for today will increase over time. That's an asset you want to leave to your children and possibly to your children's children. In fact, we're going to go back. We're going to do a little bit of history right here. Back in history and time after slavery, a lot of slaves was given land for their freedom. They got free and their masters gave them land. And several generations of people were able to pass that on. But what happens oftentimes is we build houses, and instead of us valuing the home that we live in, we go out and buy a vehicle, a car, transportation. And I understand we need to get around, but do we have to have the most expensive car to drive around in? If we would just take the time, and this is what Dre's, D-R-A-Z-E is saying, is if we take the time and the money and put it in real estate, a vehicle that almost never devalues, then that's true generational wealth. But what partners with that is education. Tell your family why you're doing it. I've seen over and over and over again where families are left houses and the people never valued the house. As a matter of fact, in the neighborhood I need is a gentrification neighborhood. It is being gentrified. When I first moved in my neighborhood, everybody looked like me. Now, no one looks like me. No one on the block. Why is that? Because the children were not educated enough to know that that land can become valuable. Don't get rid of it. Yeah, maybe you can't keep the upkeep on the house. Maybe you can't. But then let's tear the house down, especially if you're not living in it. And you can maintain cutting grass, okay? You can tear the house down one piece at a time. I saw that happen over and over again. But without the education, screaming generational wealth, not explaining what that looks like, not giving them vehicles as a generational wealth, does the person nothing. Because people, especially people of color, oftentimes believe that assets are anything you purchase that cost a lot of money. A Louis Vuitton, it doesn't really devalue. But do you want to leave that to your third generation of grandchildren? I don't know, maybe. But I know some gold or some silver, some diamonds, and some land would be a better option. I'm not here to tell you what it is. I'm just telling you, if generational wealth is something you want to obtain in life, make sure you know what true wealth is and how to obtain it. The next thing before I get off is let's talk about your mindset. Your mindset and education go hand in hand. The more knowledgeable you are about a subject, generational wealth, mortgages, land, real estate, diamonds, stocks, bonds, more coupons, the more educated you are about a subject, the more valuable you have, because wealth comes in all shapes and forms. I am very wealthy. I have my health. I have my mind. I have knowledge that no one could take away from me, but I also have real estate. Is your house considered wealth? Do you have a mortgage on it? What tools are available for you? Can you turn your home, your land, your duplex as people are buying, into a cash flow machine that will go on from generation to generation to generation? That's a question only you can ask yourself. Hey guys, I hope this has been helpful. Thanks for stopping by. Dre's link will be in the info section of the video. This has been Siam Maxey, aka the Mortgage Maven, NMLS number 1093963, and I have enjoyed this session, and I can't wait for you to hear the next week. Have a great day. Thanks for stopping by.